So it finally happened. We finally got the English dub for Dragon Ball Super Episode 1. And there's a couple things I wanted to talk about with this. Like, I'm not going to talk about the contents of the episode. If you want to see my review of the actual contents, then watch my review of the subtitled version, the Japanese version, whatever. I mainly want to talk about some of the subtle changes with the voice acting because, remember, these are supposed to be carryovers. Majority of the actors are carryovers. There was a couple of replacements. One very, very minor replacement, but nonetheless, the replacement was there. Now, the big controversy, I remember when, the announcement came out, was that Trunks was going to be replaced. Laura Bailey, the same, voice actress that played Trunks or Kid Trunks for the entirety of Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that, or, since the character appeared or whatever, was replaced. And honestly, it was a pretty good match. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it wasn't really noticeable, the change. There was times because, I've seen Dragon Ball Z so many damn times that I could definitely catch it. But I think the average person, like if you're just an average, casual fan or whatever, you're not gonna really recognize the change of Trunks. You might even just argue that, hey, it's been years. Maybe she can't do the voice the same like she used to, whatever. Like, that's how close the Trunks voice is, the Kid Trunks voice and the dub or whatever. Now, another thing that I saw that people are kind of, commenting on is the voice actress for Chi-Chi, because people are claiming that they think that she was replaced, but apparently no, 100% that is the same voice actress, Cynthia Kranz, but apparently she just gave a very different interpretation of the character and a very different performance for Chi-Chi. So honestly, while I was watching the episode, the entire time I was talking to one of my friends and saying, yo, we need to look this shit up right now. What the fuck is going on? Is that actually the same voice actress? Because her voice was pretty fucking different, but no, it's the same voice actress. Funimation has said, yeah, no, that's Cynthia Kranz. She's just doing a different performance. So it was kind of like, whoa, it's a bit different, and it's kind of jarring at first for me because I was like, she sounds kind of different, but hey, she's had a dozen years of experience, so maybe she was trying something new with all her acting credentials under her belt now that she kind of has a little bit more experience, and that's probably why she did it. I mean, I think the Chi-Chi voice worked very well before because Chi-Chi is that annoying mother figure or whatever that just doesn't understand shit and constantly does silly things because she thinks she's right or whatever. So I think the old voice worked just fine. The new voice is like, it'll probably take a little bit of getting used to, but since Chi-Chi isn't a major character in Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball to begin with, well, maybe you could argue early Dragon Ball, but she's not a major character, so it's not going to be a big deal to me. And I mean, again, it's the same voice actress, she's just doing a different performance. I will say, out of all the people that returned for Dragon Ball Super from the original dub of Dragon Ball Z, Mr. Satan honestly sounded spot on. It sounded just like he just recorded Kai, or he just recorded Dragon Ball Z. He sounded almost identical to his original performance. So hats off to, I believe it's Chris Rager, like hats off to him. Dude did a fantastic job, and honestly, I was just like, yeah, he didn't change much. Like, you could hear little subtleties, little differences between characters. Like, you could hear Goku's voice was maybe an octave lower. He wasn't, as high pitched. But then again, if you just watch, like, the movies, Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, you could kind of tell. I think maybe going into Super, they wanted to try something a little bit different, so maybe that's why some of the characters sound slightly different. But as far as performance goes, like, just overall performance, not the sound of the voice, but just actually putting, the performance on, Sean Schemmel, amazing job as always as Goku. Like, he did a great job. There's nothing really to complain about. So yeah, hats off to Sean Schemmel. I know he tries his hardest, so you definitely got to give praise to the man. He tries a lot. He gives it his all for that performance, and it was great. First episode, I mean, it's not a big climactic emotional episode or anything like that, but for what it was worth, it was like, yeah, everybody was pretty much spot on. Another quick worry that some people had is that they're going to be changing Mr. Satan to Hercule for the dub because of censorship or whatever. Maybe down the road, if they do some sort of syndication, they might do something like that. But as far as I'm aware, and from what I've seen, it seems as though, yeah, they're sticking with Mr. Satan because we're in 2017, and censorship like that, especially on a midnight block, would be ridiculous. I mean, Satan, Hercule, it's fucking name, for crying out loud. Like, get real. It's a pun. It's a Japanese pun at that. So yeah, I'm glad that they stuck with that as well. But yeah, aside from that, just everything was on point. Of course, the music, pretty damn good. I mean, it was the original Japanese music, so for anybody wondering, hey, did they replace? No, they didn't replace the music. That's never gonna happen. There's a lot of evidence out there that they're never bringing back the old composers like Bruce Faulkner, because first of all, they don't even replace music in anime anymore like that, and if they do, at most they'll go out of their way to maybe dub an opening, but they don't do that no more. So there's no worries for Bruce Faulkner's coming in for people that don't like. I like Bruce Faulkner, but I think we're in Super now and the music is just fine. And I personally like the old Dragon Ball Z Japanese music anyway. But yeah, no Bruce Faulkner return, no Mark Mendoza, I think it's Mark Menza. No return from him either. Same old music. And for what it was worth, it was pretty much the same as the Japanese. I mean, of course, nothing changed, but as far as the voice acting, you could tell that they came in with a lot more experience. They had many, many years to practice this, and it was a pretty solid episode, honestly. I'm looking forward to the future, so you won't see any dub videos for a while from me unless it's like something really dramatic or something, some huge change. So you won't see any more videos on the dub unless, again, it's either a special occasion or when we get to something that I'm really interested to see, the performance for Goku Black, because there has been some criticism of Sean Schemmel for his interpretation and his performance of Goku Black in Xenoverse 2, so I'm curious to see what he does in the series and what the fandom's reaction is going to be to Goku Black. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'll probably make a video talking about that. But aside from that, I mean, yeah, it's solid. It's the same cast you love from Dragon Ball Z, except of course Trunks, and yeah, it was good. But if you've seen the Dragon Ball Super dub, what did you think of it? Did you think that Chi-Chi had a new voice actress? Were you confused there, or you could kind of get it? Also, what did you think about Trunks' replacement? How did you feel? Was it pretty much on par? Like for me, I really couldn't tell much of a difference. It's just the fact that I've seen the series so many damn times that I was like, yeah, I can catch that one. Any overall thoughts of it? But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.